Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. And as I had stated in a previous video with basketball, while there's still snow on the ground, I'm going to rip some holiday. I have this, and I have another basketball, and I have another baseball. I also have some holiday tins, so I'll get to those as well. But again, as long as it's still snowing, or not snowing, but snow on the ground, we're going to rip some holiday and get through this stuff. Yeah, so I'm going to take my opportunity. I'm going to put the camera down. I'm going to get everything opened up, and then we'll come right back. And we're back. And just like the other, like the basketball rip, this is going to be 24 packs. You're going to get what you're chasing. There's 5 cards in here. There's going to be a die cut in here, and there's going to be a plaid parallel. And this also, unlike the basketball, has some extra packs. It's got an evergreen pack. It's got some bonus packs. This full buyback pack that's going to have a couple, I call them recycled cards. And then you're going to have a throwback pack. So we're going to get into this and move the packs to the left, and then we're going to open to the right, and we're going to get ripping. So again, there's still snow on the ground here. This is a Wednesday, a Tuesday afternoon, and we are at lunch and working from home. So we got us a Josh Smith, and then our Bobby Witt is the die cut, and Mookie Betts. And there's no short prints in here like with the lights and stuff like that I'm aware of. There are, I'll tell you, I just think the short prints are the plaids, and maybe, you know, you can consider the die cuts short printed. But here's a Colton Cowser, Vlad Jr., and I'm looking at them, and I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it's been a while since I've opened them. But again, we're just, you know, doing us a little holiday rip in honor of the snow. And so we're looking for that. Jordan Lawler was a rookie last year. So we're looking for any kind of Nick Kurtz or Matt Shaw or Cam Smith, any of the rookies, or Shohei or Judge or Paul Skeens. Paul Skeens would be nice. Paul Skeens is a PC hit of mine. So it took me forever last year to get the plaid. Well, I never pulled the plaid. It was a red and black parallel. I never pulled the plaid last year for Paul Skeens. I had to go out and buy it because the advent calendars were very hard to come by last year. So there's nothing special about these last 2 cards that I can see. Just, sorry if I'm taking an elongated look. Just want to make sure. So I hope everybody's, you know, doing well. We are finally coming out of this snowmageddon in North Carolina. And there's Nacho Alvarez on the rookie, Matt Strom, Francisco Lindor, Shohei, take that, and J-Ram, Jose Ramirez. I think he was like top 5 this year, number, I think, yeah, maybe he was 5 on the top 100 baseball players that came out. So there's Buxton, Festa. I think it's kind of interesting how they moved that plaid around in this. There's a Skeens. They moved the plaid around in here. Almost kind of, you know, makes you feel like the other cards are out of place a little bit. I mean, nothing's turned around, so it's not like there's going to be some short print now. See, not in the 3rd spot. An O'Neal Cruz, that's a nice card. That's a PC hit for me. Really hope he has a bounce back year this year. So Chapman, and then Freddie Freeman. And I'll keep an eye out for maybe, again, I think if it's turned around, that's where you're going to see something like a hidden elf, and I don't even know if the hidden elf, I can't remember if the hidden elves come out of here. I do know they come out of the 10s because I did pull a Paul Skeens hidden elf out of a 10. So Zach Neto, Logan Gilbert, and Randy Arozarena. So we're almost down to our first buyback pack. There's one in this stack. Oh, there's a McCutcheon. I like that card a lot. I hope he comes back to the Pirates. I think all the fans want him to come back, but, I know his role's probably going to be diminished. And that's okay, because, again, it's good to have veterans in the clubhouse. And, who knows? I still think he can play. Although last year's numbers didn't indicate that, and that might have been, kind of twofold thing, right? If, and again, these guys are professional athletes. They should not need to have incentive to play. But, sometimes I think, you have down years and things kind of compound itself. There's a Cade Horton and a Chandler Simpson. So, but again, guys, I'm not trying to make an excuse for people not playing, because neither one of those guys back there, they did not hit well. They didn't, there were some times where O'Neal Cruz was criticized for his defense because he wasn't hustling. So, and that's on tape, folks. That's on tape. So, all right, first buyback card. Pretty thin little card. That looks like some Brave stuff going on, which I don't care too much for at all. But Pujols and Ryan Braun. So we'll put that here to signify that it's a buyback. And then we'll get into our second stack. So really looking for some nice plaids. So there's Alec Berkman. Not the plaid we're looking for. Corbin Carroll, Ozzie Albies, and Rhett Lauder. So, like I said, we do have a 1989 pack in here. So looking forward to that. I have every one of these that I've opened had the pack in it. I've chewed the gum. So here's another B-Ray, Brian Reynolds. It's a Pirate. We'll sleeve up our Pirates. Hopefully we'll get a Paul Skeens, Birdsong, and Suzuki. I'm really paying attention to this down here, because if you'll get one of those snow parallels or short prints, they'll have snow all over it. There's Churio, Gunnar Henderson, Chris Sale, there's Caminero, and Jack Flaherty. So I know I've been opening up a lot of holiday, and I have a lot of holiday because it was on sale and I bought a lot of it. And I do like short printed cards, and I do like parallels. So there's Tatis. And that was one reason why I'm chasing this. I got some, I was chasing some of the flag stuff too. Of course, Cooper Flag, and, it's a really good year for those guys. I don't know if you guys are aware, but his base card in a 10 goes for almost 20 times his regular card. So there's Kobe Mayo. So any chance to get any kind of parallels or anything like that of Cooper Flag, Nick Kurtz. I'd love to pull a Nick Kurtz out of here, or or Marcelo Mayer, or Christian Campbell, or there's some Machado. Would be icing on top of the cake, right? So we got 3 more packs, including this one, and then we'll get into our buyback pack, and then we'll get into our 1989 pack. Let's see what we got. Jake DeGrom, Jordan Alvarez, Walker Buehler, Bobby Witt, and Carlos Correa. So 2 more chances. 2 more chances to get us a banger, folks, on that plaid. Can't really complain. Have gotten some PC cards that I did not have. There's Shota. I'll take that. Shota's a nice little picture. For the Cubs. Had a little bit of a down year this year, but he did combine. He's combined for a no-hitter, so got to give a man his props. And our last opportunity to get a short printed plaid. Then we'll get into our evergreen. We'll get into our buyback pack, and then our evergreen pack. So Drew Thorpe, and let's see. Grant McCray is a rookie. So Tariq Skubal, the first time we've gotten that one, and Mason Miller. All right, so buy back, and then we'll go into our evergreen pack. And there's an opportunity in the evergreen pack to get something, a parallel. This is Paul Goldschmidt when he was with the Cards. So we will put a sleeve on that to distinguish it as a buyback, although the gold seal on it pretty much tells you that it's a buyback. So let's see what's in our evergreen pack, folks. There's Roki, Kobe, and Harmon Killebrew. So we'll take those. 2 rookies from this year and a Hall of Famer. And so we're going to open this 1989 Topps pack. 1989 is Griffey's rookie year, right? And there's our gum. Looks pretty good, but man, I'm telling you, it turns to powder when you chew it. Trust me. I know. It's all Kirby back there. So let's look at these 1989 now. This 1989 configuration was last year's, was 2024. That was the insert. So Roger, Pete Incavilla, Willie Randolph, Mackie Sasser, Ernie Witt, Jack Howell, some baseball shirt, Rex Hudler, there's Kirby, Bob Boone, Mike Diaz, Jose Canseco, Mike Young, Bob Dernier, and Steve Farr. So that's our rip, folks. That's our 2025 Topps Baseball Advent Calendar. So that's our base. Got a bunch of parallels. None of the big rookies. Kobe Mayo is probably the biggest rookie that we got. That I remember. I'm pretty sure. Caden Dana. And we've got a bunch of die cuts. So these are evergreens. I think we got pretty much every nice list that we could get. We even got a Paul Skeens in here, Shohei, and a Judge, which is what you want. Bobby Witt, got a couple Judges, got a couple Bobbies, only one Shohei that I saw, and only one Paul Skeens. So, and we're going to show you what we consider the hit. So this is at the buyback, Paul Goldschmidt, Pujols, and Ryan Braun at the buyback. Shota on the cup card, McCutchen, Brian Reynolds, and O'Neill Cruz. When Series 1 first came out, this is a Series 1 photo. When Series 1 came out, I got a vintage stock of this, but it had a dinged up corner, so I sold it. And it, you know, and I've been trying to find a nicer vintage stock since and can't find one. So that's our rip, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. Again, it's holiday. Not a lot of people are into holiday or you know, wanting to rip holiday or watch videos on holiday. But again, like I said, it's snowing, or there's snow on the ground still, so I think it's pretty festive. So please like, comment down below, tell me what you think, and if you're new to the channel, please consider giving me a subscribe. And until the next video, Van Slyke Fan out.